welcome to NDTV News. I am Tari Prido Ikidi. The highlights. Governor Doye Diri backs Best Governor Award. Former President Goodluck Jonathan faults Nigerians' steady attitude towards politics. Plus, larger than high developmental foundations used for inclusion of persons with disabilities in our government programs and policies. Now the details. Governor Doye Diri has been awarded the Best Performing Governor and an honorary citizen of the state of Georgia by the founder executive chairman of the African Leadership magazine, Dr. Ken Gyami. Governor Diri, who was the keynote speaker at the 10th International Forum on African Caribbean Leadership in New York, United States of America, highlighted his administration's stride in encouraging investment drive in Bayelsa State. He reiterated his commitment to enhancing electricity supply in the state with the signing of its electricity law and revamping its gas turbines to generate and distribute 24-hour supply. The Bayelsa helmsman, who showcased the investment and economic potentialities of the state, averred that its wealth were more in its maritime domain and that the government was diversifying the economy from its dependence on oil revenue. The event, held on the sidelines of the ongoing United Nations General Assembly and organized by the African Leadership magazine, attracted several political, business, and industry leaders, including President and Chairman, United States Export-Import Bank, Retta Joe Lewis, Governor of the Central Bank of Barbados, Dr. Kevin Greenidge, and President and Chief Executive Officer of ITAR Petroleum, Stephen Itar. Former President Goodluck Jonathan has stated that the outcome of last weekend's governorship election in Edo State showcases that technology would not solve Nigeria's electoral challenges. Jonathan made the remarks in Abuja at a program organized by the Institute for Peace and Conflict Resolution in commemoration of the International Day of Peace. Jonathan, who said the human mindset was key to the resolution of the problems, expressed regret that many Nigerians had a dirty attitude towards politics. The former president canvassed for attitudinal change among citizens for a better Nigeria. Bayelsans have decried the difficulties faced in carrying out their daily household activities due to lack of adequate water supply brought about by the blackout which has plagued the state for over 2 months. According to residents who spoke with NDTV's Diapria Victor, the blackout in the state has made them seek other unconventional ways of getting water for their household users, which may be hazardous to the health. The report.
The popular saying that water is life underscored the importance of water in the lives of humans. As important as water is to life, it is becoming a scarce commodity across the globe, as over 1 billion people lack access to adequate supply of water, and Bayelsa State is not left out as they face an alarming rate of water scarcity. The blackout in the state has even made access to clean and affordable water difficult than usual, and residents in Yenagua are bearing the brunt of it all, as they can no longer afford water for their daily use.
It's because of the lights, and the hike on the fuel. So if at all there is NEPA supplying us lights and still the fuel is scarce, definitely I believe we'll still have water. But since fuel is scarce and there is no lights, that's why there is no water anywhere for the people to use.
They asked for government intervention as water is needed for their survival.
To God, that government can answer us and remember us to do a water for us.
As pointed out by the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs 2015, water is very essential to developments, and it is only fair that the state government put measures in place that will allow for the authority and access to clean and affordable water for her citizens amidst the blackout. Diapria Victor, reporting for NDTV News.
Residents of Yenagoa have expressed dismay over the reckless driving of tricycle operators in the state. Commuters who spoke with NDTV News in Yenagoa condemned the recklessness and called on regulatory agencies in the state to do something about the menace. Correspondent Marion Grace Akadi has the details.
The increasing recklessness of tricyclists on our roads, especially during rush hour, is a major concern for all road users, as residents in Yenagoa have complained that these dangerous driving practices, such as overspeeding, disregard for traffic signs, and parking carelessly to pick up passengers. This poses a great risk to pedestrians as commuters also rush to get home before the time for curfew placed on tricycles. Highlighting the danger posed by tricyclists' reckless behavior during rush hour, a tricyclist and some commuters expressed their ordeals.
On a norm, the normal charge during the day is like 150 naira. But because it is rushing hour, they tend to increase the price. And sometimes you don't even get taken at all. You don't even get to see it at all. Because sometimes you just get stranded on the road waiting for maybe the other vehicles, the taxis, to come and take over from there.
A tricyclist further appealed to the Bayelsa State government to lift the curfew so that they can work for longer hours, minimize the risk that comes with rush hour, and maximize profit, especially now that fuel price is higher than ever.
So that's some of the punishments that our people are receiving. Based on the Keke matter. But let's assume the Keke is still to at least 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. Anybody coming by that time, you know that yes, it's late hour. What is check? Later, anything after 10 is late hour. So that's my own need to comment. Whether they can extend it, time spent is affecting both the passengers and the drivers in order to meet up with our family.
Other commuters also advocate for longer working hours for Keke drivers, noting that passengers are always stranded from 6 p.m. above daily due to difficulty to catch a commercial vehicle. I am Mayowa Akadi, reporting for NDTV News.
If you're just joining us, you're watching NDTV News. Still to come in the news, Larger Than I Developmental Foundation sues for inclusion of persons with disabilities in all government programs and policies. Stay with us.
Welcome to Niger Delta Television News and Current Affairs Department at the NS Equally Media Complex here in Yenagoa, Bayelsa State.
One of NDTV's traditional objectives is to disseminate information with renewed vigor. We build teamwork for accountability, efficiency, and accuracy.
Our community reports, eyewitness accounts, current affairs discussions are detailed and competitive.
As NDTV reporters, undiluted report is our goal. We gather the news and bring it to you just as it is.
Our cameras are poised to get in the story behind the story in an in-depth news report.
Our new digital equipment are top-notch with clearer visuals and audio. NDTV is repositioned to serve you better.
Join us on the news every day at 7 a.m., 12 p.m. and our major bulletin at 7:30 p.m. on Channel 25 UHF. NDTV, crystallizing the vision.
You're still watching Niger Delta Television News. Thanks for staying tuned. A non-governmental organization, Larger Than I Developmental Foundation, established to cater for children with disabilities such as Down syndrome, autism, and other neurological ailments, has called for the inclusion of persons with disabilities in all aspects of government programs and policies. The founder and president of the foundation, Pastor Mrs. Kemi Ogemudia, made the call at a news conference marking the commencement of a week-long activities commemorating the 10th anniversary of the foundation in Yenagoa, Bayelsa State. Correspondent Gift Kalio was there for NDTV News.
Lamenting the criticism and hate experienced by kids with disabilities, the founder and president, Larger Than I Developmental Foundation, Pastor Mrs. Kemi Ogemudia, called on government and good-spirited individuals to support the drive for a society with equal opportunity and security for children living with disabilities.
By God's grace, we've had support from Quebec. We've had grants from them before, and so they were able to give us that playground. Also the music room, we were able to get that when we got the second grant. And then we have an ICT also donated by the federal government. So we are grateful for the presence of the federal government. We need the presence of the state government. We need the state government's recognition of what God is using Larger Than I to do.
Pastor Mrs. Ogemudia will explain that the foundation, which was birthed out of grief and divine instruction from God, own a school that does not discriminate or segregate amongst children with special needs. Reveal that the foundation has gone into partnership with the Federal Medical Center, Yenagoa, to carry out surgeries at discounted rates of 25% of the total cost of the surgeries in order to enable more children get the help they need.
Today, Larger Than I has a center. We have a center for children with disabilities and also an inclusive school for children with neurotypical brains. Our children mix together, they play together, they grow together to help each other, and this is called inclusiveness.
High point of the briefing was the unveiling of the new foundation logo and inauguration of new sets of directors. Gift Kalio, NDTV News.
The rising trend of indecent dressing among youths in the state has elicited negative reactions from people living in Yenagoa. Speaking with NDTV News, some of the respondents, while highlighting the effect of indecent dressing in the society, stressed the importance of dressing properly. Correspondent Choma Emenimado tells us more.
Reacting to the growing trend of indecent dressing in the society, especially among youth, a resident of Yenagoa, Mr. Ikechukwu Emmanuel, and others condemned the way and manner in which young people expose their bodies.
I would say indecent dressing is not a good thing, in as much as Gen Zs are taking it up as the top priority of lifestyle. They say they call it a lifestyle because they feel like if they are dressed that way, they'll be seen as some quite kind of public figure in society. But then I'll say indecent dressing is not an option.
These respondents, while highlighting the reasons behind indecent dressing, unanimously agree that it is bad and should be stopped.
It doesn't suit our African culture, because in our African culture, or Nigerian especially, we are meant to cover our body properly, because our parents used to say, an open food can never be eaten.
They further urge people to dress decently as they tend to look good and responsible without the need to expose sensitive parts of the body.
You know, by your dressing they will know. But as a decent girl or as a decent child that come from a decent home, you should dress properly.
A popular saying goes, the way you dress is the way you'll be addressed. This should serve as a wake-up call to those who engage in provocative dressing. Chioma Eminimadu reporting for NDTV News.
The African Film Society had announced the launch of its library, theatre and exhibition in East Legon, Ghana. The initiative is to preserve, promote and celebrate cinema from Africa and Africans in diaspora. For details of this and other entertainment news, let's join Delight Oladele.
The African Film Society is excited to announce the launch of library, theatre and exhibition in Ghana. The African Film Society Library is a curated collection of books, film and vinyl soundtracks for both filmmakers and cinephiles. The society was founded by a Ghanaian filmmaker, Blitz Bazawule. African Film Society celebrates its 8th year of preserving and promoting Africans' rich cinematic legacy while cultivating new filmmakers and nurturing an audience for their work. Also, the initiative continues to empower, educate, and encourage the act of filmmaking to tell African stories. They also seek to acquire, restore, and redistribute those films from the original reels to introduce them to the new generation. The celebration of the milestone honored some industry legends like Kwao Hansa, King Hampo, David Donto, Fred Hamogi, among others. Shantytown producer Chichi Nora set to enchant movie lovers again with her latest cinematic masterpiece, My Fairy Tale Wedding, which will debut in October. According to a post on her Instagram handle, the limited series features talented ensemble cast and stunning visuals. showcasing Noira's signature style. The movie star-studded cast include Ramsey Noir, Inuendo, Kanayo, and a host of others, ensuring a captivating performance from beginning to end. Chichi, known for her high-octane action films, is exploring the romantic genre this time by bringing a new touch of flair to the popular Nollywood niche. She wrote, "We have been cooking this in the kitchen with some amazing people, and we are fully ready to show the world." Adding, "After we delivered Shantytown and Slum King, I thought, let's do something for the lovers out there." Also, Noira is known for crafting compelling narratives that resonate with audience. She emphasized that whether you are a fan of gritty dramas or romantic comedies, My Fairy Tale Wedding is sure to be a must-watch. Controversial social media personality and cross-dresser Idris Okuneye, popularly known as Bobrisky, has denied allegation of bribing officials of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to drop money laundering charges against him. The allegation was due to a scathing viral audio released by social media personality Very Dark Man, which stated that some unnamed EFCC officers collected 50 million naira from Bobrisky and that he was never in prison. Following the claim, Bobrisky went on to clarify that he never bribed any EFCC officer and has served his jail term in full. Meanwhile, the EFCC has responded to the viral audio. The head of media and publicity, Dele Oyewale, said the commission's chairman, Ola Olukoyede, has ordered an immediate investigation into the bribery allegations. As investigations proceed, Bobrisky has urged its followers to disregard the rumors and that he is innocent. For entertainment news, Delight Oladele.
And on the sports scene, Nigerian winger Chidera Ejuke's winning goal in the 85th minute of the Sevilla's match against Valladolid was his first goal since joining Sevilla from CSKA Moscow. For details of this report and other sports stories, let's join Ayemi Miene.
Nigerian winger Chidera Ejuke scored an 85th-minute winner yesterday for Sevilla against Valladolid, his first goal since joining Sevilla from Russian side CSKA Moscow. Sevilla had taken the lead just before halftime, courtesy of an own goal by David Torres. However, in the 56th-minute, Kike Perez strike drew the game level at 1-1. Ejuke, who started the game on the bench, was brought on to replace Jesus Navas in the 61st minute. After coming on, the Super Eagles winger became a threat to the Valladolid defense. And with just 5 minutes left of normal time, Ejuke scored the winner, slotting the ball past the Valladolid goalkeeper. Since joining Sevilla, he has only started 3 games, hopes to gain a starting spot in the team. The win has seen Sevilla climb up to 12th on the La Liga table, accumulating 8 points from 7 games. I'm Ayemi Miene for NDTV Sports.
And that's the size of our package this evening. But before we go, a quick look at the highlights. Governor Doye Diri has been awarded the best performing governor and an ordinary citizen of the state of Georgia by the founder executive chairman of the African Leadership magazine, Dr. Ken Giami. We also brought you a report that former President Goodluck Jonathan said the outcome of last weekend's governorship election in Edo State has shown that technology would not solve Nigeria's electoral challenges. And finally, a non-governmental organization, Larger Than I Developmental Foundation, established to cater for children with disabilities such as Down syndrome, autism, and other neurological ailments, has called for the inclusion of persons with disabilities in all aspects of government programs and policies. And that ends the news for tonight. But before we go, you can follow us on our social media handles, on YouTube, NDTV Newsroom at BYS, and on Facebook, NDTV Newsroom. Don't forget to like and share. Thanks for staying tuned. I am Tari Prido Ikidi. Bye.